Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Two young sisters trying to cross the street in their Wayne County neighborhood are hit by a car and the driver takes off. Now police are asking for your help. The girls were rushed to Children's Hospital as Dearborn police use new video and pictures to investigate.
Crash happened in a neighborhood in the area of Ross and Banner Streets, not far from Telegraph. Mara McDonald live tonight at the Dearborn Police Department. First, let's start with how the sisters are doing, Mara.
Well, Devin, the good news in all of this is that the police expect both of these little girls to make a full recovery. One of them is home tonight. The other is still in the hospital and hopefully coming home soon. Here are the seconds before the accident, captured on a neighbor's surveillance camera. You see the two sisters. They look, they see a truck speeding down the road, and they step back. When they try to cross moments later, a speeding white car hits them both. The driver momentarily stops after the accident. According to police, moves the girls from the middle of Ross Street and then takes off. Do you recognize the car? Police say this is a white Pontiac Grand Prix, which they believe has a temporary license tag in the upper left corner of the rear window. This is the best still that was able to be captured from the video of the driver. Do you recognize him? Back here live, two things to consider here. Number one, police say from the video that they've seen, the guy in that white car was driving way too fast on a residential street. That's number one. Number two, think about this for a minute. Not only did he fail to really do anything to help these children, he stopped to move them out of the road. That's pretty much it. And then moved on. He never said, hey, we need help, or call 911. We're live in Dearborn tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And we are certainly hoping that video helps identify the driver. All right, Myra.
Okay, let's take a live look outside on a quiet Tuesday evening. Things are going to change, though, as you go to bed.
Yeah, might wake up to some thunderstorms, Andrew.
That's right, and certainly some wet weather in parts of the area. We have temperatures, though, in the mild zone, mostly 61 degrees. A little bit cooler for our friends in Mount Clemens. Same thing in Port Huron. Everywhere else, it's a bit milder. 71 degrees, 10 degrees warmer over at City Airport, while it's 69 in Pontiac and 69 over in Howell. No rain here as of yet, but it is getting cloudier. We've gone from clear to partly cloudy skies at the airport. 67 degrees currently with a wind out of the south. That southerly wind and the quilt of clouds will keep us mild tonight with temperatures in the 60s. But you can see on Storm Tracker 4, you got some shower activity, some thunderstorm activity out here toward Wisconsin. This line of showers is slowly pushing farther southward and will be here in southeast Michigan by tomorrow morning when you wake up. So your morning rush hour commute goes like this. It'll be mild with temperatures in the 60s, but count on wet conditions here and there. And don't be surprised by the rumble of thunder, starting around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. More on this and your afternoon forecast in minutes.
All right, Andrew. New fallout tonight from the state Supreme Court ruling that could result in charges being tossed in the Flint water scandal.
Prosecutors say the decision could impact other cases. The state's highest court says prosecutors were wrong for having a judge act as a one-person grand jury to indict the group that includes former Governor Rick Snyder. In a 6-0 opinion, the justices say judges can only investigate and issue arrest warrants as a grand juror, but cannot indict. We talked to the attorney for Rich Baird, a top Snyder aide charged with 4 felonies. Listen.
He's always felt that this was an incredibly unfair prosecution. He thought the methods used were unfair. He still maintains his innocence, as he should, because we believe that if he had proceeded to the trial, he would have been vindicated.
The state attorney general's office is promising to move forward with the cases, but there are questions about the statute of limitations. Former Flint Mayor Karen Weaver says the result is unfair.
Are we surprised? No, because of the way things have gone. We have gotten slapped in the face and kicked in the behind since this whole thing started, and it continues to happen for this community.
The victims won't have their day in court.
Tonight, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy says she will be reviewing some pending cases in her office after this ruling. In a statement, Worthy writes, quote, "The one-man grand jury has been an important way to protect witnesses who would have never come forward for fear of deadly consequences." She goes on to say, quote, "This has been a powerful tool to combat the no-snitch mentality, and I am disappointed and fearful for what the future will hold without this important criminal process," end quote.
New tonight, the Secret Service set to respond to bombshell claims made in today's January 6th hearing. An aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows described former President Trump as angry, violent, and demanding to get to the U.S. Capitol that day. Here's an exchange she recalled between President Trump and the Secret Service.
"I'm the effing president. Take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel.
Sources tell NBC News Secret Service agents are prepared to testify under oath that neither the lead agent nor the driver were assaulted. Hutchinson says the former president knew some of the crowd at his January 6th rally was armed, but wanted the metal detectors removed.
Something to the effect of, "Take the effing mags away. They're not here to hurt me. Let them in. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol after the rally's over. They can march from the ellipse. Take the effing mags away. Then they can march to the Capitol."
Hutchinson also testified President Trump defended the rioters who chanted for the hanging of Vice President Mike Pence. In a series of posts on his platform today, the former president denied the claims made in Hutchinson's testimony.
Michigan's no-fault auto reform has meant more options for drivers, and it can translate to savings for some. But what about the thousands who suffered catastrophic injuries in car accidents before the law went into effect? There are nearly 18,000 people who would lose their care as early as July 1st. Pamela Osborne introduces us to a new Boston woman who says this decision is a matter of life and death.
Crystal was in a horrible accident 12 years ago. She was rear-ended at a stoplight by an impaired driver. That accident severed her spine, resulted in her having a traumatic brain injury, but she's been thriving at home with at-home care that would go away if the no-fault auto reform goes into effect as is.
If you asked me before my accident about no fault, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything.
33-year-old Crystal Guzman's life changed forever January 2nd, 2010. At 21, she became a quadriplegic following this crash.
Crystal had never imagined that she would never be talking after that day.
Wendy Edwards is in charge of Crystal's care. She says it's become increasingly difficult because of Michigan's no-fault auto reform, which will soon strip she and thousands of other injury victims of the care they've been receiving for years.
It's a death sentence.
It would mean no more crafts, no around-the-clock personalized care.
Well, for me to see her go back into a nursing home would break my heart.
People don't know that because we have no fault, I'm able to have caregivers that take me to appointments and therapies, but I'm also able to go to the grocery, get my hair did. When you're in a facility, you miss those special moments.
Crystal's care cost about $400,000 each month. They never had to worry about it before, but lately, it's all they think about.
And without auto, she wouldn't have this chair. She wouldn't have the staff. She wouldn't have the device to talk.
They want to see injury victims like Crystal grandfathered in so that they don't lose benefits that provide a higher quality of life.
I know that these changes might save you a small amount of money, but is it worth putting your family and friends in a nursing home?
In New Boston, Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
All right, Pam, and earlier this month, the state appellate court heard arguments for the thousands of people losing care. It is unclear when the court will rule and whether it will head to the state Supreme Court. Detroit police say new safety measures for the Ford fireworks worked.
Out of the tens of thousands of people downtown, only 6 people were arrested during the event last night. 4 people are facing weapons charges. 1 person was arrested for assaulting a police officer, and 1 was arrested for resisting and obstructing. Police department used new devices that we showed you, similar to metal detectors that can identify weapons.
A popular restaurant was one of 2 buildings damaged in a fire in downtown Fenton today. Video shows big flames near South Adelaide and Mills Streets. El Topo Latin American restaurant was badly damaged and another nearby building was destroyed. The fire chief there says the fire started in a dumpster, then spread. Fortunately, nobody was hurt.
Another COVID booster may be on the way for more adults in the fall. Today, an FDA advisory panel voted overwhelmingly in favor of tweaking the shots to better match the most recent virus variants like Omicron. Now, the FDA is still going to have to decide the exact recipe for this, and they may be part of a fall booster campaign to prevent what some expect will be a COVID surge come autumn. But the panel says they may not be recommended for everyone. That comes as COVID cases increased here in Michigan this past week. State reporting an average of 2,050 cases a day. And over the last 7 days, we lost another 174 lives to COVID.